What up, friends? Happy Thursday. I hope everyone's week is going good. We're almost through it. Second to last day of the week. We're past hump day. Thank God. Weekend's coming up. First off, I wanted to start by saying shout out to everyone who watched last week's episode. You guys showed mad love. Really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But yeah, today's topic, pretty simple. Or it is about simple things, really. But today I'm just going to talk about simple things you can do when you feel lost in life. And I think this is an important topic, especially for Gen Z, because, well, I'll start with this. There's a stat, right? There's a study on LinkedIn, and the study said that 70% of people under the age of 30, so every 7 out of 10 people under the age of 30, have felt like they were going through a quarter life crisis. So basically, meaning they feel lost. And I think the way the world's going, well, I guess there's a lot of reasons of why we probably feel lost, especially Gen Z. I don't really want to get into that. Today I want to more talk about like how to help yourself when you are feeling lost. And this is a pretty this topic hits home for me because I've been going through it. I feel like I turned 25 earlier this year and I feel like I kind of had like a mini quarter life crisis. Felt like I hit rock bottom. Just truly felt like I wasn't living the life I wanted and haven't been for a while. And it hit kind of hard. And if I'm being honest, that's why I started this podcast. I kind of just wanted to start doing things that I want to do and live life more on my terms because I think life's a bit too short to not live life on your terms. Um, I read well, interestingly enough, I think this all started when I read a few books, and something that hit really hard for me was the idea. I used to think money was so important, super super important, and in a world full of consumerism and things like that, and I mean life's expensive, right? So world or money is important. But the book said something that just really hit hard for me, and it basically said or asked me, "What do you think builds legacy? Your money or the love and relationships and bonds you created?" Right? And the answer was, well, it's actually the love you gave to others. You're going to be remembered not by your money, but by just the impact you've actually truly had on other people's lives through having strong relationships. And that hit hard because I used to think like money was the most important thing. So, and there's a lot of other reasons why I'm feeling lost, but I don't really want to get into that today. It's more just I want to help you guys. I want to talk about things that have helped me. It really hits hard that 70% of people under the age of 30 feel like they're going through a quarter life crisis. I bet you that's the highest it's ever been for all generations. And yeah, so I'm hoping this episode, everyone listening, there's probably some people going through it, feeling lost. So I just want to talk about things that, very simple things too. I'm not going to be giving you the answers to life and helping you find your passion and your purpose and all that. These are more just simple things that you can truly apply today, tomorrow, right now, whatever. Just easy things. And these things have truly helped me. I've been doing a lot better. But yeah, man, it takes one to know one, so it feels really good talking about this. And for everyone feeling lost, I hope you just know I'm just going to start out by saying it's going to be okay. You're going to find your way. Everyone does. I'm starting to find my way. Anyways, so the first thing that really truly helped me, and it's hard. Well, it wasn't hard for me, but it can be hard. Is I completely went sober. I'm sober now. I don't drink anymore. I used to smoke. I don't do that anymore. But that was really rare. But yeah, I'm just sober. And what that has done for me in it's just really, I just have so much mental clarity now. It's insane. Every day, I feel good, especially so there's right. I guess when you're feeling lost, the most important thing is you're trying to find clarity, right? And there's a lot of things that could help you find clarity, but you need to find clarity to figure things out. Because when you're lost, your mind's foggy, you just feel disconnected. And a great start, an easy start, is being sober because your thoughts, everything is just so clear. There's nothing influencing any sort of thoughts. Everything's just your thoughts. You don't need to. You just have a clear mind. You know what I mean? And like when you're drunk or whatever, sometimes a lot of intrusive thoughts can enter, and yeah, being drunk, being high can really mess with your head and the way you think about things. But when you're sober, your mind's just much clearer. Not to mention, I feel great physically. Like I literally don't have I don't have to deal with hangovers. I'm half Asian, so hangovers are terrible for me. I don't have to deal with hangovers. My weekends aren't ruined anymore by hangovers, and I just feel great. I feel just on top of it. Another thing, you know, alcohol. Everyone feels this or I guess it's interesting, right? You don't really know how good you feel when you're sober until you go sober. You feel quicker. Your thoughts are clearer. Just you aren't as slow. And once again, no hangovers. It's amazing. So I'd say first step, and it's hard. Is try to go sober, even for just try to go sober for 2 weeks. Give yourself 14 days and just see how you feel. And I promise you, you'll feel so different and feel great. But yeah, that's going sober was one of the best choices I ever made. And I did it because, yeah, I just wanted, when I'm started to really truly feel lost and I feel like I was hitting rock bottom, I was like, let's be sober and let's face this like a man. I don't need anything to numb the pain. I'm just gonna face it. I want to face this pain with clear thoughts and find my path with the clearest thoughts. So that's the first thing I think everyone should do. Not easy if you drink all the time, but like something that you could truly start doing now if you wanted. The next thing, and this is easier said than done, but something I believe has helped a lot is just allow yourself to be lost. If you feel lost, allow it. Don't panic. Your body, your mind, when there's an issue like that, you will automatically want to panic. You'll want to just try to find the solution. You'll be grabbing for solutions all over, trying to just grab onto any solution and to fix the issue. But in reality, these things, when you're lost, it takes time. And sometimes, depending on how bad it is, it takes a lot of time. And that's okay. You have to be okay with that. And I understand when you feel lost, you feel like you're falling behind, or, at my age, and this is something that was bothering me. I feel like I should have life figured out, but I don't. Not even close. Not even close. And sometimes I think about it, it still bothers me, but I'm trying my best to just feel it and let it happen. Anyway, sorry guys, I just got a call, but anyways, like I was saying, yeah, we're just panicking. We feel like we're behind. We feel like we should have life figured out, but really, you just need to stay calm. We start to panic too because when we feel lost, we think something's wrong. Like that's the idea. Oh, something's wrong. That's why I feel lost. But in reality, if you look at it like this, where instead of there's something wrong, there's just something changing. And change is inevitable. And change happens a lot throughout our lives. Happens all the time, multiple times, right? So just stay calm and accept it. And when you stay calm, that will help with clarity. Calmness equals clarity. Panic decisions equals mistakes and probably creating more negatives to how you feel. One of my favorite quotes too, and this is like has really brought me peace. To be lost is to find the way. And when you think about it, if you truly are trying to change, truly trying to be better, what's like that's great. That's awesome. It's way better than not. So like say you're lost, right? And you're trying to find the way. There's no need to panic. It's amazing that you're doing that. It's important. Instead of that person who's panicking or trying to run away from their problems, and a lot of people do, right? And that's where it comes back to that sober thing. A lot of people run away from feeling lost by using drugs and alcohol to numb the pain or whatever. But accept being lost because when you are lost, that means you are going to find the way. And finding the way means you're going to become a better person and grow. So those are the two things, obviously, that have helped me. But like probably the biggest impact, other than being sober and allowing myself to just feel lost and be okay with it, is going to the gym and working out. Right? And it doesn't mean like first off, just physical activity, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be you have to go to the gym. You could go on runs, walks, you can go hiking, whatever. But it has helped me so much. Like I feel great. Not to mention, I mean, I'm really pushing myself here, so I decided I'm gonna run a marathon, and I'm running a marathon. I've been training for a while, and the marathon's in like a month, basically. So yeah, shout out if anyone's going to the Honolulu Marathon to run it, hit me up. We could link up. But yeah, and why going to the gym when you feel lost is important because first off, it reconnects you to your body. And what I mean by that is you truly so when you feel lost, right, you're out of it. You have so many thoughts in your brain, you're going through it, right? And so it's hard to be present. But when you're working out, when you're in the gym, you have to be present. You have to focus. You have to lock in and to push your body, right? So it just really connects you to the present, connects you to your body, and it feels great. It feels good for once in a while. You have to focus on something else. You can't think about all those other things that are bothering you. Next, it gives your pain a purpose. And what I mean by that is you have all this pain, right? Imagine, so you have just have this pain in your heart, in your head, and it's built up inside you. And you don't know what to do with it. It's just in there. But a great way to use that pain, like for purpose, is to go to the gym because you can use that pain to drive you, to push you, to go harder, and to lift heavier. It really does work, and it helps so much. Because, for example, a lot of the times I've been sad, upset, have anxiety, go to the gym after, feel great. And not to mention, it releases some natural chemicals in your brain, endorphins, whatever, and you just feel better. It truly does work. Another thing that's important that really works and why the gym works is it's something you can control. It's a controlled environment, right? So, say you just broke up with your girlfriend, or say your girlfriend broke up with you. You couldn't control that. Say you lost a friend. You can't control that. You can't control what happens with your relationships. Obviously, you can try your best to maintain them, but if someone doesn't feel some type of way about you and that's just the way it is. You can't force them to feel any type of way. You can't force them to be your friend. You can't force them to date you. But in the gym, and same with like a job. Say you're depressed because you lost a job. Well, you can't control that. You can't force someone to hire you or to fire you. It's their decision. But when you're in the gym or when you're just working out, it's a controlled environment. You control it. You control how hard you go. You can control how much weight you lift. You can control what activities you do. And that just adds a bit of structure and it feels good. It's refreshing. There's so many things about the gym. So I'm gonna keep going down, but another thing is it's proof you can change. Right? When you feel lost, I think a lot of people when they feel lost, it's because their life is stagnating. There's no movement. Nothing's new. Days are starting to blur together. Everything feels the same. But when you're in the gym, the more you go, the more you, the stronger you get, the more in shape you get, and that's true proof that you can change and things can change. And when you see that change, it really just changes your mindset. It really just helps you just rebuild some self trust and confidence, right? You're lost when you're lost. when you aren't feeling like yourself, you start not to trust yourself. Your confidence is gone. But when you see that change, when you know that you can improve, and when you know and you see it physically, you see it with your own eyes, you truly get that confidence back. You truly rebuild that trust, and it feels amazing. Last but not least, and I kind of mentioned this, but it just creates structure in your life. It creates a schedule, right? When you're lost, like I said, who knows what happened, but sometimes there's no structure. You feel like there's no structure to your life, and that that happens from basically the way you feel reflecting into your life. But it just creates structure. When you have to go train every day, you have something to do every single day, and that feels good. So yeah, the gym's awesome. It's done wonders for me. It's done wonders for people I go with. It's awesome, and I know it's scary. The people have never gone. I know it's scary. Do the people think going alone is scary? I get it. I do. But just try it. Once you go there, especially if you're scared because you have to go alone, once you go alone, you'll notice how many people truly go alone and you don't feel alone. It's normal. It's normal now. A lot of people go alone. So don't be afraid to go if you don't have a gym partner. And if you need one, try to find one. But it truly helps. And if you've never been to the gym before, just go. Just tell yourself, I'm going to go, and force yourself to go. I promise you. I promise. This is a hill I'll die on. The gym will truly help you in ways you don't even realize right now until you go. I know it's cliche, kind of like, oh, you just have to try it, but trust me, just go. And who doesn't want to look good? Especially us young guys and girls. Like at our age, we should be looking good. We should be in great shape. So yeah, just do it. Trust me. Trust the process. Build that schedule. Build that routine of going. And I promise you, even if you just did this alone, if you ignored everything else I said and just did this, this would already help you so much. Next thing that really helps, changing your environment. So, like I mentioned, usually your environment reflects your feelings and emotions. For example, when you're depressed, when you're sad, usually your room's a mess because you feel like your life's a mess, and that's normal. And you have a stack of dirty laundry in the corner that's touching the ceiling. But the problem is you don't want to be in an echo chamber, right? You don't want to be in a place where it's reflecting, where you're reflecting your emotions towards that environment, and then the environment is reflecting back. So, because it's like an echo chamber, so it's just bouncing back and forth, and it usually makes things worse. What you need to do is change your environment. And what I mean by that is really, it could be anything. Like I said, going to the gym is great. It's another thing, and that piggybacks off. So going to the gym, that changes your environment. But something even easier, just stepping outside the house, getting some sun, going on a little walk. Just really change your environment. Give yourself a psychological reset. It really does help, right? And when you are out of that echo chamber, when you're in a new environment, it gives you a fresh perspective and can create a bit of natural clarity. Just natural. Even the slightest bit, but it truly does help. So, go outside and get some sun, go touch grass. I mean, it doesn't have to be like outside. It could be like, oh, you go to a cafe or something, or you just do something. Change your environment. Leave the house. Basically, is what I'm saying. Go do something outside of the house. It really helps more than you'll ever know. Every single one of these things, they're so simple, right? And I feel like that means like, oh, there's no way that could help. But I'm telling you, these things really do help. They help so much. They help me so much. So yeah, just trust the process, like I said. Trust what I'm saying. So yeah, change your environment. Another thing we can do is get off the phones. Simplify your inputs. So, for example, and this is me. This was me at the start. And like I said, like if you don't let yourself feel lost and you start grabbing for answers, you start panicking. So now you're just searching for answers all over. You're seeing 20 different opinions online. You're asking your friends for help, and they're giving you a bunch of different opinions, and it's too much. There's too much information. There's too many options. And when there's too many options, it creates paralysis and confusion, right? So instead, you need to back up. So don't do that. Simplify your input to back up and give your brain some space to think. It need your brain is powerful, but sometimes it needs just space and less noise to give itself a reset. And you just need to, yes, sit with your own thoughts and not think about what other people are saying. And a great way to do this, and I'm kind of going, and something that helps is just try a mini reset. So, be by yourself for maybe 48 hours. Put your phone down for 48 hours. Maybe pick up one single book, self-help book or whatever, but just one, just one opinion instead of 20. And just read it and really sit there with your thoughts and give yourself some time and space to think. Because you will not think clearly unless you have time and your brain really has time to reset and space to think. And sitting with your thoughts and kind of formulating your own opinions before you take others in account really does help. Another thing, it's funny because like all these truly piggyback off each other, but focus on one change at a time. I think, as I mentioned earlier, people panic, so they try to fix everything all at once. But when you fix everything or try to, you'll just get overwhelmed, way too overwhelmed. And when you try to do it all, you won't be able to. So then you'll fail. And then you'll feel more lost, right? So, yeah, really just focus on one thing at a time. For example, it could be simple as you wake up every day and clean your room. You start there. Or you wake up every day and you go to the gym. One thing at a time. And then you could slowly start adding more. Oh, now I clean my room and go to the gym every day. And as time goes on, you start building momentum, right? And you start adding more and more stuff and more stuff. And the momentum's growing and growing and growing. And as that momentum's growing, you're rebuilding self trust. You have a foundation of clarity. And at some point, now the momentum is built so high up and so much that you're doing everything. Like all the simpler tasks, now you do them all every day. And now you're feeling like yourself again. And now you can truly start adding the bigger stuff. Now I'm going to start searching for my purpose. Now I'm going to start trying to figure out what I want to do with my life. But yeah, just focus on one change at a time. If you don't like how your life is, you want to change things, just focus on one change at a time. Remember, like I said, this stuff takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to get unlost overnight. You're not going to find your way in 1 hour. It takes months, honestly, months, sometimes years. So give yourself some time and just focus on one change at a time and try to build momentum. Momentum is more powerful than you think. Something else that has really helped me that will help basically everyone is just reconnecting with your values. And what I mean by that is reconnecting with who you are, right? So I think when you're lost, you start to forget who you are. And it's normal, it's common, or you just feel like you don't know who you are. And you drift away from your current values, which is okay. That's part of feeling lost, right? And part of feeling lost is you're disconnected to what matters to you. But never forget this, right? Your values, everything, like your important values, the way you live your life, or like, so your values basically dictate the way you live your life. Your values, every choice you make, every decision you make is based on your certain set of values every single time. So basically, your values are like a GPS that navigates you through your life. And your values give you direction. And when you don't have values, when you don't know what your values are, when you lost your values, you're lost. And it's common. But you got to figure out a way to reconnect with them. And that's hard. It's simple. I guess, okay. So, first of all, it is hard sometimes. But it's simple because you can just start by asking yourself some questions like, what matters to me? What genuinely matters to me? What do I find important in my life? And next question you could ask yourself, who do I want to be? what kind of person do you want to be? Is there someone you look up to that you would like to be? What attributes, or is there like a few people you look up to that you would like to be? And you could figure out their values. You could take their attributes and start rebuilding yourself. And another very like my favorite question is to ask yourself, what don't I want in my life? So what things? Why are you feeling lost? What things in your life right now add to that? And what you want to, what don't you want? Do you not want, if you obviously, if they make you feel lost and you're trying to find your way, you need to get rid of them. But yeah, just ask yourself, what don't I want in my life? Another great way to truly figure out your values. And yeah, really just, you know, because I remember in this movie, it's 17 again. I don't know if everyone, with Zac Efron, but he says, I lost my way. And I think that's like a very common thing that happens to people when they feel lost. They forget who they are. Yeah, it's okay. But yeah, you just gotta reconnect with those values, man. You gotta figure out, gotta start asking yourself these simple questions, and it's gonna take time, but it really does help, and it really will help in the long run. Next, and this is really easy. This is something I do, even I guess when I'm not feeling lost, but just create something. Like I mentioned before, this is why I started this podcast. I just wanted to do stuff that I wanted to do, but also a place for me to kind of vent and talk about topics that I like speaking about because I like speaking about deeper things. But yeah, so for example, this podcast is literally a physical example of something of me following these simple things. But yeah, so create something. It doesn't have to be a crazy podcast like this. It could be something small. But basically, when you create something, it shifts from you consuming all the time, so you looking at reels, YouTube videos, and now you're actually participating in life. So instead of consuming life, you're participating in it. And when you participate in it, it feels so refreshing. It just does, right? And why does it feel refreshing? Well, because for once in your life, because as you know, all we do usually is consume, consume, consume. We're on our phones 24/7. Like I wonder what the average screen time is in America. It's probably so much. But yeah, all we do is consume, consume, and consume. Once you do the opposite, once you participate, it feels great because you're doing something you've never done before, and it's refreshing. That's why. So, what small things can you do? Well, it's easy. You could paint, you could journal, you can draw, you can make a video about something, you can go outside and take photos, you can, use clay and make a sculpture. You could do anything, really. Just create something, right? I mean, something that's easy is journaling. Journaling helps so much. But what it does is like I mentioned before with, going to the gym, you have this emotions, right, that are built up inside you. And you could take those emotions and, for example, and use them in the gym to push you. Or you could take those emotions and put them into creating something and making your emotions into basically taking your emotions and turning them into some sort of physical form. And what you create reflects yourself, right? And when you see that reflection, and not so now you're looking at this physical thing, it could help with just understanding yourself. And once again, finding clarity. And it's kind of like, have you guys ever? I mean, I hope you guys have gone to an art museum. But it's funny because I was in New York last year for the first time, and I guess that's where like all the best art museums are. And I was like at the Met, I was at the MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art, I think is what it is. And just seeing all these different paintings, and right, that's something in physical form. And I would always ask, they'd always make me feel some type of way, and then I'd wonder, does did the artist feel the same way that I'm feeling right now? Or sometimes I wonder what he was feeling to make that, right? But what I'm saying is basically is art, creating something does reflect emotion. And Yeah, the most famous artists were great at reflecting their emotion. But yeah, just create something. Be an artist. Participate. It will not just give you something to do to take your mind off things, but really, once you're done, help with this just understanding yourself and give you clarity. And that's what every single answer is like, what do I need? What I need to do is give yourself ways to find clarity. Next, this is something I'm a little more worried about. It's still simple, but I just feel like we're so bad at being social, which means we're bad at being vulnerable. So, but talk to someone you trust, right? But not to look for solutions or to have them judge you or to feel pressured or for them to interrupt you, blah blah blah, You're just there to vent. You're not looking for advice. You just want to be heard, right? And why is this important? Because and this helps me so much. And this is why therapy is truly helpful. But when you just say things out loud, when you say the way you feel out loud, when you speak and hear your thoughts out loud, you just get a different way of understanding it. Because it's funny, because like sometimes I feel like when we're thinking, right? We're thinking, and then we try to take those thoughts into a verbal expression. And when you take those thoughts to a verbal expression, you say them out loud, it just hits harder, or maybe you understand it better because now it's like journaling, right? Now you took basically the way you're feeling and you write it down, and it's basically in some form of like technically I guess it's not physical, right? Saying it out loud, but it's out in the world. And it just gives you clarity, and it can hit harder, and I can give so many examples of that, but like I mean like I guess there like when I'm in therapy, right? Like there's been so many times where my therapist has told me after or like basically I say something, my therapist asks me about it, and then I say it again, and I'm like, whoa. So yeah, just go speak to someone and hear your thoughts out loud. Another interesting thing is maybe go to somebody who's good at asking questions. That's how I kind of talk to people who need help. I try to just make them think, right? I'm not there to challenge them. I'm not there to give them advice. I just want them to think and try to understand themselves more. And it always helps when they're talking out loud. It comes from personal experience. When I've talked out loud, it's helped. When I've had others talk to me out loud, it's helped them a lot. Help them just find clarity. And once again, that's all we're looking for. Is clarity. We're trying to get out of being lost, or we're foggy and we need to get out. We need to find our way. But I would say you're gonna feel lost. It's inevitable. Everyone has. And once again, it's okay. And for everyone watching this, I hope you can figure just try these things. Just try a couple of them. Remember, one thing at a time. Whatever you think would work best, try it, and it really will help. And just truly give yourself time and be patient with yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself, and you will find your way. It's gonna be okay. I promise. It can't rain forever. So just keep trying, try your best, never give up. Slowly and surely build that momentum. And next thing you know, you'll be reflecting back on this time and be like, wow, I truly beat that. I truly am strong. Nothing can bring me down. So just trust yourself, trust the process. And I know it's so cliche, trust the process, but really just trust the process, be consistent and disciplined. Try these simple things and it will end up being okay. You just gotta trust it. You gotta trust me because these things have helped me so far. I'm still going through it, but these things are working and I'm starting to find my way again and it feels great. Anyways, thanks for watching. Once again, I hope you guys have a great Thursday. Have a good weekend. Thanksgiving's coming up. The holidays are coming up. I hope you guys are going to spend some time with some family. But yeah, thanks for listening. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.